Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is going to be a chit-chatty get ready with me so we can get this look here. This is my go-to makeup look that I have been doing when I'm on the go. So for today's video, there's going to be quite a few topics that I'll be touching base on, such as all my social media platforms, what are my goals for each of them, and the aesthetics and the type of content that I want to produce for you guys moving forward. So if you guys are interested in hearing all of those things, then stay tuned and keep on watching. Okay guys, so I pinned back my hair and I did my brows off camera as well as concealed them and set them in place. I did that with my 16-hour camo concealer and my Airspun translucent powder. Those are my go-to products for concealing and setting my brows in place. So I also want to give you guys a little quick rundown about my brows. Just about 2 to 3 days ago, I started a new technique that I heard about on TikTok, and I just posted a little tutorial on how I do my brows on TikTok last night. So if you guys are interested, then make sure you guys check it out. Make sure you guys follow me on my TikTok because I post a bunch of mini tutorials on there as well as cool transitions and reviews on different products. So make sure you guys follow me so you don't miss out. So to start off today's look, I'm going to be using my James Charles Morphe palette. You guys know I've been mentioning this palette for a very long time on this channel. I really like it, and I'm only going to be using one shade for this look, which is the first shade in the second row if you're going from the left side of the palette. I'm taking a big fluff brush from Moda Pro, and I am going to just lightly buff it in my crease and over my lid. So I wanted to talk to you guys about a few things in regards to my social media and the content that I plan on producing for you guys. I briefly mentioned this on my Instagram and my Instagram stories, especially when the new year hit. I have a lot of great ideas and plans, and I really want to execute it for you guys because it's been something I've had on my mind for a really long time. So I know I mentioned it on my channel a few times before, especially when I started again back in August, and that was basically that I wanted to showcase my different passions and not just focus on makeup. Since then, most of my content has been makeup related content, which I'm very proud of, and especially because I've been so consistent with my Instagram, my YouTube for so long. And this is a big deal for me because if you have been a long time subscriber, then you know that I would have taken a long break by now. So again, I'm super proud of myself, super proud of the content that I have been producing, and I'm so grateful for all the love and feedback and support that I have been receiving from you guys. So I kind of want to fill you guys in on the plans that I have for my YouTube channel and the plans I have for my Instagram and basically all my socials. So for my YouTube channel, I did make some slight changes. If you are someone who does come onto my channel here and there, even when I don't upload, then you will notice a pretty major change, I would say, and that is my banner has been removed from a colorful lipstick banner to a more minimalistic, very modern and neutral banner, something that speaks Lisa, and I absolutely love it. It's with one of my favorite fonts, black against a cream color, and again, I think that speaks me all the way. So I'm all about the neutral tones, and that is the aesthetic that I'm trying to go for and also bring onto my Instagram. So before we move on, I am going to now take my Jaclyn Hill palette with Morphe. This is the Armed and Gorgeous palette, and I'm going to be darkening it up a little bit, and we're going to be taking the shade Smooth Criminal, which is the medium brown shade in the palette. So when it comes to aesthetics, as I was saying, I want to stick with the neutral vibe with a touch of black and white. So when I think of neutral shades, I think of dark brown, I think of sage tones, I think of cream colors. I love those shades. I feel like they are absolutely beautiful together, and those are the vibes I'm trying to bring onto my channel and onto all my social media platforms. But with a sprinkle of black and white, I feel like it'll be magnificent. It'll be absolutely beautiful and perfect for what I'm trying to portray, and literally what is on my mind will go onto the digital platforms. So this shade I'm going to put onto my outer V, and we're going to build it up on my crease. Now when we're talking about the type of content that I want to be showcasing and putting out for you guys, as I briefly mentioned in the very beginning of this video, I wanted to branch out of makeup because my passions aren't just makeup. My passion is all things beauty, which includes nails, fashion, makeup, hair, literally everything. And I think I'm doing a pretty good job on my YouTube channel to produce content for you guys that has a little bit of everything. So of course, majority of my content is related to makeup because that is something that I personally feel like I'm best at when it comes to all the categories under beauty. But when it comes to my Instagram, I feel like I'm lacking that a little bit. If you have been a follower of mine on Instagram, then you would have noticed that my content is pretty much the same for a while now. I just recently started getting more active on my Instagram stories, which again is something that I'm super proud of because it's kind of hard to stay active on Instagram stories and kind of posting your behind the scenes life, which I have gotten used to, especially the past couple of weeks, and I'm very proud of myself. I've been receiving some feedback when I post certain content, and people seem to really be engaging with it. So I really do like that. I want to bring that type of lifestyle that I have on my stories onto my feed. There are a few influencers out there that I absolutely love their content and how often they post and just how they portray themselves, and I just love them. So there's Loreal, there's Lisaslayss, there's Desi Perkins, there's Makeup Shayla. All of them are basically how I want to put my page and put my channel to be like, because I share similar interests. At least what they put out there for me to view, that is what I want to put out for my audience as well. So I'm leaning towards all of those influencers that I've briefly mentioned. There's so many more out there, especially strictly within the beauty industry and makeup. They have a certain aesthetic. It may not be my aesthetic, meaning like the colors I'm trying to go for or the exact content I'm going for, but it's just the way that their profile looks. It's kind of like a resume. You want to have a great first impression for it. You want people to return back on your page. You want it to look great. And that's how I want mine to look. So here's what we're working with. I've been stuck on this since I've been talking so much. Now I'm going to take my infallible liquid liner from Loreal. I love this liquid liner. It glides on perfectly and it's super, super pigmented. So for my go-to eyeliner, I like to go for a small, considerably medium-sized wing, and I like to flare it out a little bit. Sometimes I like to go for that chunky wing where it's like a cat eye, but for today I'm going in and I'm dipping it down just a little bit and it looks more like an actual wing. So this is what we're working with. Now let me do this one. So now that I did my eyeliner, I'm going to curl my lashes. This is a eyelash curler that I mentioned on my channel before alongside with 2 other products. I got it inside a little kit from Amazon and I mainly got it for my false lashes. So for today, we're going to be using the Kush mascara from Milk. I really do like this mascara, but you guys know my favorite mascara is from Essence and unfortunately cannot find it. But we're just going to be using this one for today. And on days where I don't wear false lashes, which is 90% of the time, I like to swoop my lashes to a certain direction. So on the outer side of my eye, that way it looks nice and flared out. Now I'm going to take a makeup removing wipe, and this is from Neutrogena. I just like to remove any fallout, making sure my face is nice and clean and ready for foundation and concealer and the rest of my base makeup. It's all downhill from here, you guys. Super simple. And I actually have been using that foundation that I reviewed recently. If you guys haven't checked out that video, I'll link it down below for you and you can also view it up here. So there's a few things that I've realized. I tried different ways to kind of really work the foundation. If you guys watched my last video, I don't want to like spoil it too much, but basically since using it, I kind of found myself not being a huge fan of it when I try out different techniques. So today we will not be using that just because I am a lover of liquid foundation. This one isn't necessarily liquid, it has a velvet finish, and that is these two right here. This is the Revlon Full Coverage Color Stay Foundations. I got two different shades from my good friend, and these surprisingly color match me very well when I mix them together. But as you can probably already tell, if I just use one of these foundation shades, one is too dark, which is this one here, and then this one is a little too light. So just to be specific here, this is the shade 390 and this is in the shade 320. Now I'm going to take my foundation brush from Morphe and just blend it in, going in with a tapping motion versus a swirling motion. So for my Instagram, you're going to be seeing a lot of new content that is probably not of the norm for me to be posting, but I have been preaching it. I have been saying it for so long that I want to expand my content. I'm even here saying it for like probably the 3rd millionth time. So it shouldn't be any surprise to my audience for sure. I'm now going to go with my 16-hour Camo Concealer from e.l.f. and we're just going to highlight. Lately when I highlight with this concealer, I like to apply it in one area first, and then I'll take my beauty sponge or a brush and then I'll blend it out right there and then I'll move on to the next area. As I mentioned in my last video, when you're using this concealer, for some reason they dry up very quickly, so you have to work fast. I love that difference. Beautiful, clean, blurred out finish. Perfect. To set my concealer in place, I'm going in with my Airspun translucent powder. This is the powder that I use to set my concealer on my lids. So once I put the translucent powder, I feel like it really does blur out any areas that I apply the concealer. It just is a perfect combo. Now I'm going to take this palette from Macy's. I've been using this palette on my channel. You guys know it's a 3-in-1. It has a highlighter, a blush, and a bronzer. So for today's look, I'll be using the blush and bronzer. Now I'm going to take this brush here. I really do like it because it's nice and sturdy, and I'm just going to blend out the translucent powder and the bronzer. So this is a quick comparison after dusting off the bake from one side. This is obviously the dusted off side versus the one that is still baking. So yes. Now I'm going to take the Macy's palette once again, and we're going to go in with the blush with my blush brush from Vanity Planet. I'm just going to bring it up and then to the apples. And then we're going to go back to my eyes. I'm going to take the Kush mascara from Milk Makeup, and we're just going to coat my lower lashes. I'm going to go back in with my Morphe and Jaclyn Hill Armed and Gorgeous palette. I'm going to take the first shade, which is VIP. This is the perfect shade for a bright inner corner highlight. Now for lips, I'm going to take my Essos chapstick. I really love these chapsticks because, well, first of all, they look so nice. Super luxe with this packaging. And they leave my lips feeling nice and smooth and hydrated, which I think is key, especially during the winter time. These are the two products I'm going to go in with today. This is one of my favorite lip liners from NYX. This is in the shade Nutmeg. Now I'm going to take my L'Oreal Infallible Liquid Lipstick, and this is in the shade Nudist. That does conclude today's video. Make sure you guys are staying up to date with all my social media platforms, which includes Instagram, TikTok, and of course this main one here, my YouTube channel. If you guys missed any of my previous videos, make sure you guys check it out and stay tuned for minor updates on my YouTube channel as well. If you guys are not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Make sure you guys are following me on my Instagram because I will be hosting a giveaway shortly once I reach 250 subscribers here on YouTube. I'm so close. If you guys are keeping an eye on my subscriber count, then you guys know that I'm really close to 250. So it'll be really amazing. That way I can get rolling with the giveaway. I will be hosting the giveaway in collaboration with Shartsy. She does amazing customizations from phone cases, personal art, and I know she's including a lot more things into her shop. So make sure you guys check out her Instagram as well. I'll leave it in the description below, as well as my link to my Instagram too. That will conclude today's video. If you guys like this video, then please give me a big thumbs up. And again, final reminder, if you are new to my channel and not yet subscribed, then subscribe down below. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.